find a use for that stuff. Choice. I guess that was all. Wait.
but this whole Staryard is overrun. I've patched up my ship, and I'm heading to them too. I'm going to put in another request to get the fleet out here to deal with these spacers. But until then, if any of you thugs are listening, I'm the damn ghost stealing your stuff in the night. Clear out while you have the chance.
I hate talking on this infernal thing too much. Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Docking site complete.
Well, hello. Was hoping you'd drop by. The worst part of space travel is having to eat alone. I used to eat with my better half every meal until he passed. I've got plenty. I hope you're hungry. Time's what happened. He led a rich, full life. I used to tell my kids that life is a sexually transmitted disease that's 100% fatal. They hated it when I said that. I agree. I meet people every chance I get. I finally retired last year, and I've been traveling all over. I wish I could have done this when I was younger, but it's still a treat. My grandkids are mortified that I'm out here. Positively livid. You wouldn't believe the characters I've encountered. I got good shields, and I always have enough helium-3 to jump somewhere safe. I'm careful. So, what do you think of the settled systems? I can't believe there are so many stars, planets, moons, and whatnot. It makes my head spin just thinking of it. Well, aren't you the most precious thing? I'm doing pretty good, but the expenses do add up. But I won't let you leave empty-handed. Take this. And please do tell, what do you think of the settled systems? No argument here. I'm afraid I'm worn out, dear heart. I'm at the tail end of it, but feel free to grab some extra food or whatnot. I've got plenty.
Acknowledged. You're clear to dock at docking port 1. The commander will be waiting for you in operations.
Welcome aboard the UC Vigilance. Did you have any questions before I escort you to the commander? Of course, if you'd follow me, please. So, you're the vanguard that took down that terramorph on Tau Ceti. You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it. Dang. That must have been one hell of a firefight. I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
Excuse me.
Ah, there you are. Commander Kibwe Kande, UC SysDev. Glad to have you aboard. I was beginning to think you were having... It appears he certainly picked the right... So, now that you're part of the team, allow me to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDev's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet. Whether this ship is impressive or not, we need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse. I do. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Cydonia. That's right. So it'll be your job to convince this person that you're the real deal. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. Eager to get going? Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down. Fine. Whatever gets the job done. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDev, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control. I don't want promises. I'm just asking you to think. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and... dismissed.
Hey.
All right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood? Rationalize it however you like, but that evidence is critical to the success of Commander Akande's operation. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig. For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard. Then you'll understand why it's... Anyway, before I let you go, there's just one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts. It's not generous, it's... All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Cydonia. That should do it. You're dismissed. Let me know if you need anything else.
I wonder how different things would have been for humanity if Mars didn't exist. That first step away from Earth and the Moon would have been...
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk. And by sensitive, I'm guessing you mean something you don't want UC security sticking their noses into. I can probably help you with that. What have you got for me? Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
Well, hang on there. We haven't even started to negotiate yet.
All I'm going to point at is the ceiling, with my middle finger. Get that stuff out of here before UC security catches on. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit. You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to unload that stuff.
Glad we could put things into perspective.
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you... Oh, and it's been a pleasure doing business.
Unless you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around and walk. Hey, why don't you say that a little loud? If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something for us first. Yeah, sure. Just cool your thrusters for a minute before you wreck this deal for the both of us.
That wasn't part of our deal. But I bet you're about to say it's a non-negotiable addendum.
As a matter of fact, yes. Yes, I am. Non-negotiable addendum. I like that. Now listen up, because I'm not going to... You probably spent it all on... Feel free to throw as many credits in my face as you want, but that isn't the point. We need to make an example out of this guy. His name's Karl Field. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just...
Got a moment? Let's catch up. I've been thinking a lot about my early days in Constellation lately. Got me pretty nostalgic, and I started digging in some old things. Just sort of reminiscing. I found some of Irvin's last messages to me and thought I'd listen to them again to hear his voice. Oh, sorry, I got ahead of myself there. Remember a bit ago we were talking about Constellation? I've just been thinking about it since. And Irvin, my husband, used to be in Constellation, so I was listening to... It was surreal. So most of them, but one thing, in one of his messages, he mentioned this job that he took at a mine shortly before he died. He said something terrible was happening there, but the message was garbled after that. Just wait. Well, Vasco helped me decipher it. Turns out the message was from Irvin, and he was begging me to help him. The message was short, but his voice was pained. He was so upset. He said they were going to destroy his life if he didn't leave the planet now. Then he asked me to help clear his name. Said they had a case against him. Oh, he sounded so upset. I know this is problem. So in this message, Irvin said he was being framed. He said they'll do it again. He asked if Constellation could send more help. It is, but I was thinking about it and, well, it's still wrong, right? So I figured, hey, I can do some sort of a remote investigation here. See what I can find out. There's gotta be a paper trail, right? Now, I happen to have a trustworthy contact who knows a bit about law and owes me a favor. I'd need to pay in advance in case there are any access fees or bribes. That works. I'll tell them to go ahead with the investigation. You know, hearing Irvin's voice again made me wonder. I appreciate that. This is going to be hard. Hopefully poking around, well, maybe.
I was thinking about it.
Something I can help you with? Adler Camp. What? Play what games? Look, I'm tired. Hey. Oh! I told him I'd... Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right?
Technically, there are several natural geologic phenomena that can stimulate the blood effect.
Nice words. Sure. What? Oh my god. He might come after them? Because of me? I hadn't even thought of the possibility. Please, tell Adler I'm sorry for trying to wiggle out of the debt. I didn't have much of a choice.
My buddy Mitch keeps asking if I can help him out with something, but I just don't have the time.
Is Mars treating you well?
Something for me? There, would you look at? He going to be a problem anymore? Nice. You know, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. You think you can handle running with... So can you handle it, over? All right. I'll call ahead and head out to Europa. You'll find... Oh. And I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you, too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.
So I've got some news for you. My partner and I, we're expecting...
Let's see.
Look who finally had the guts to show up. So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew. You betting your life on that? Because the only way out of our organization is with a warhead up your grav drive. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead. It's done. When head back here when...
Ava isn't joking. I hope we aren't either.
Are you okay, Dad? You look tired.
Yeah, you're sweet to worry now. I'm alright. Your dad's just not as young as he used to be.
All right. And what are your intentions with these crewmen? Maybe we can work something out.
Exactly. Talks like these always work better in person. We can hash things out, break bread, the whole deal.
Well, all right. You can dock.
We have a clean dock, right on the money.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about? You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port. That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear. Well then, it is agreed. And in case any of your handlers gets... this should be proved.
Separation complete.
Damn Mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice?
Targets lost their shields.
Target's jump system down. The enemy's shield grid is fried. Enemy's shield grid is black.
Their shield system.
Thanks for the help with the Ecliptic. Now tell me about the Ragana. Huh. No kidding. I would have preferred anyway. Hope this business business with Ray. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like a... Yeah? Now that you know that, I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Kryx system. Head out there as soon as you can.
I guess that makes you a pirate of the Crimson Fleet.
Vigilance indeed. So many of these fine folks joined SysDef due to tragic circumstances.
I had a friend on the Ragana. I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
Fancy armor you got there. Almost puts the Marines to shame. Almost.
We got the message from the Ragana about Austin. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for. That's a smart line to follow. Just remember not to lose yourself in the path.
We wouldn't be the good guys if we did.
Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Neva's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Ragana that you might have trouble earning Neva's trust. Coming to her rescue ensured that would not be a problem. Ah, so I take it you have good news. Were you able to join the fleet? Then it worked. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure... Yes, but before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals, so don't let your guard down.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution, regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated.
So what's next for you on? Where you'll meet Delgado, no doubt.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
I wonder if the files mention any of his poker tales. Pirates and gamblers are basically part of the same genus.
You will be thankful you did the homework when it comes time for the test. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regard. Keep up the good work.
would separate us from certain peril. Such a thin garment considering the weight riding on that promise. Another mine? So soon? On some planets, it takes a millennia for some cave formations to grow.
Don't come any closer.
On others, it can take
Identify
days.
yourself.
You are from Constellation. Vladimir said someone might be coming.
Andresia, good to see you. Looking a little more murdery than usual, but let's just say they had it coming.
You are the newest member, yes? Do they often send you to check up? Perhaps. We waste time. We should...
Come then. Meet your death.
Does that mean Barrett's theory and the fact that it has happened? I think that man. It was, yes. A very Argos. I do not have experience with this profession, but I have my own experiences with risk. We both seem to be unusual additions to Constellation. Please, I would ask that you not mention to Vladimir the circumstances in which you found me. This is not the first time that Varun zealots have attempted to corner me. If it is known that this has happened again, well, it has been a while since I was given an assignment on my own. I would not want it to be even longer. Mom, this means we are in agreement.
I will finish here and return.
I have something for you.
faces some of the same sorts of challenges everywhere. I'm forever fascinated by the convergence of those solutions. Checking the fuel gauge. Be good. Ready when you are. Looks like another helium-free facility that they just abandoned after a quick crime, I guess. used to wonder if life was unique to our world. Not only is it not, but it seems to take every opportunity to emerge.
If you want, I would have killed you already. Nobody can stop the Crimson Fleet.
time I return, it seems like the city's a bit more crowded. This place is a delightful relic tangled up with hope, grit, and science.
You're worried.
Why? Was there a concern that I would not contribute?
Look at you two. I'm jealous. I tried following up on some leads myself, but came back empty-handed.
They could be anywhere, can't they? I catch myself. Maybe that's how our ancestors...
They didn't just gawk at the stars, Mateo. They explored.
I disagree. What?
Not every dream is a pleasant one.
You're with me, right, Cyan? Exactly. We can't forget what really makes us human.
Genes and evolution are what made us human, Mateo. Both of you...
Dreams are common to many animals. What's unique to you?
You know what? I just realized
I do not mind being asked to, but I do agree that I have no objections. Let us see what else we can find out there.
Noel, pulling some interesting data from those new artifacts. Tell the Rook to meet me back on board the station.
You will be lost with...
Is something amiss? I am at your side.
Talk to me. Well, okay then.
Now that those artifacts aren't just blips of hope in the blackest sea, the grav anomaly generated by one of those artifacts, it matches one on another planet. Alright, going to send you the... Don't know what you'll... And from there...
contraband. That's all we need. You're cleared for landing at Aquila City.
Jump complete. Motion restored.
So, I hear you've been making yourself pretty useful around the ship, Corey.
Navigational feedback checks out. We're in the right place.
Hail acknowledged. Duck where you like.
Green lights on outer hatch. We're docked.
You got your cut. Get out of my face.
You said the take was 10K, but it was 30. Big difference on 40% of 10 versus 30.
Thought you wouldn't get caught, huh? It's time to pay up.
Not my problem.
If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
Next.
You kidding
Damn
me?
shame.
Way to make a mess in front of my new rook.
Hey, steal from me and get caught? You said the take was 10K, but it was 30. Big difference on 40% of 10 versus 30.
You wanted.
Thought you wouldn't get.
You got 4K.
Next time.
My problem.
If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
Damn shame.
You kidding me? Way to make a mess in front of my new rook.
Hey, steal from me and get caught? Better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener. The hell took you so long? Forget how to grav jump or something? I don't care. But, all that aside, you made it. Pencils ready? This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the Key. Used to be an old UC military star station, and now it's the fleet's base of operations. Might look a little beat up on the outside, but we keep it together. Hell yeah, it is.
Assuming we are using the same abbreviation, I must disagree. I find this neither restful nor relaxing.
Anyway, I'll tell you all about the Key. But it's better if I show you too. History time. So, the Key is in orbit around Suvorov. That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock. The UC is so clever. Supermax prison, Lock, Key. Cute, huh? We've got everything the fleet needs right here. Of course, you've got to pay for it. Remember, on the key, credits are king. What the hell is this?
All right, hang on, Nev. Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
Jasmine, sweetie, I'm trying to give a tour here. So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
It's called a malfunction. You know, that thing I spend most of my day dealing with. Believe me, my people are on it. Have a little faith for once.
Aw. And you, always, Angel. This here's Jasmine. You need anything for your ship, she's got you covered. We'll hit up the depot next since these doors have given out on us. So anyway, we were talking about the lot. About 100 years ago, the prisoners down there rioted and took over the place. After stealing some ships, they were actually able to make it up here and took over the key.
About time you brought us new blood, Neva. I was getting tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting wise to your ridiculous prices, Aludra. Anyway, welcome to the depot, Rook, where you'll be lucky if these blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Whoa. It's not our fault that people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the key.
Neva's just whining because she thinks she lost a ton of cash selling us a shipment of gear. She should have done her homework.
I'll remember that next time I need something from you cheapskates. Let's move on. Back to my story. After the liberated prisoners grabbed the key, they established it. That was how the Crimson Fleet began. Of course, Jasper Kryx had a lot to do with all that, but, we'll get to him later. Rook, meet Zuri, Queen of the Rare Exports.
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Neuroamps, blueprints. Hit her up and she'll take care of you.
Speaking of which, you still owe me for that last purchase, Neva. It's like 5 figures. Don't make me collect it the hard way.
The hard way? Oh no. Rook, protect me from Zuri's vengeance. Enough of the bullshit, Zuri. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss. On the right, you've got Bradley from the Trade Authority. I'm sure you know the deal there. He'll buy pretty much anything, no matter how hot. Then we got our med bay on the left, run by the one and only Samina Mizra. She'll patch you up, if you've got the money. We don't run any free clinics up in here, you don't? Okay, this is our final stop. Over there, you've got the Last Nova, where Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices. And right here is the most important place on the entire station, the Reckoner's Core, run by the incomparable Shinya Voss.
Another new Rook, Neva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit, given what happened with the last one.
You mean Austin Rape? It's been taken care of, all right? I don't like loose ends, and this Rook is the one who tied it off.
Perhaps next time you'll try to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. It's far more cost-effective.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Shinya handles our lifeblood. The money. We call him our Reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Neva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, boss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest. Anyway, we'll get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do. Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction. I am Shinya Voss, the official Reckoner for the Crimson Fleet. And since Neva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest. And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble. In fact, I find Delgado's idea of a security measure to be quite empowering. Glad you approve. Obviously, betrayal isn't taken lightly around here. Since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain all accounts for the fleet, I'm a prime target for information. Should our enemies capture me or I grew any semblance of a moral conscience, for Delgado, the bomb grants peace of mind and a certain degree. It's been over 5 years since I've stepped off the key. Leaving this place puts far too much at risk. Now, let me get you set up. A moment while I convene with the core. Thanks to advanced modifications even Dugin would envy, I can interface directly with our mainframe and the Galbank network. This allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any run-of-the-mill cyber runner. There, you're done. All you need now is Delgado's blessing, and you'll be one of us. Yes, thanks to our relation, I've granted you all the necessary permissions to access these listings at any time, using the computers that surround the core. If Neva's chosen one, no, I believe that covers all I have. Take the elevator to the upper...
Alright, listen up. You can... All stop complaining. Atrium to cargo bay doors have been repaired. Oh, and you're welcome, Nev.
Ah, there's our other new recruit. So, now that we are all here, it's time to get down to business. The two of you are the only rooks that have made the latest cut. The rest, well, let's just say they won't be joining us, ever again. Neva's willing to put her neck on the line and vouch for you, which means you've got what it takes to join the Crimson Fleet. If dealing with the Ragana was at the limit of your capabilities, then you have a serious problem on your hands. You are already in too deep to quit. And I can promise you, it only gets more difficult from here. All right, let's get started here. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, you're in it for the long haul. No one quits. No one retires. The only way out is death. You stay loyal or you pay the consequences. Fleet before friends. Fleet before family. Fleet before yourself.
Hey, if you've got a problem, I can decorate that wall behind you with your brains. Room could use a little color if you ask me.
It's all right, neighbor. I admire this rook's backbone.
Can we get on with this? I want to get drunk at the last Nova.
I'm impressed. That is the first intelligent thing you have said this entire... Since you two seem so eager to move forward, let's get to your next job. Pack your cold weather gear, rooks. Where we are going, you're going to need it.
Oh, God, don't tell me you're dragging him down to Suvorov for another one of your little initiation runs. 10 Johns to the surface, 12 dead rooks. You'd think by now you would have given up on that goddamn campfire story.
Kryx's legacy is no story, neighbor. We've got fresh eyes in the fleet.
I hope you're right.
This initiation, as Neva calls it, is your chance to see where it all began. Kryx led the riots that gave birth to the Crimson Fleet. And if his legacy is still out there, we're going to... Before Kryx left, somewhere down the line, they started calling it Kryx's legacy. And everyone who's tried to find it has wound up empty-handed. If we're gonna beat those odds, we'll first need a lead.
Dale's leaving out the best part. Kryx left a lot of big talk on that recording. And not a lot of facts.
Don't listen to her. When we get our hands on Kryx's legacy, the fleet will be operating at a completely different level. We will become more than a match for UC Systef. Only to a small... Okay. To that end, the next stop is the lock. Since Mathis doesn't have a ship, he's going to ride with me. I'll see you down there, Rook.
harvest any organic materials, now would be the time.
About time you got here.
I told you you were wasting your time, Del.
I hate surprises. Just do what I say, and you might even walk away from this without turning into a goddamn ice sculpture. And Mathis, I am running things around here, so keep your mouth shut. You got that?
Fine.
All right, listen up, because I am only going to go through this once. We are here to dig up any info about Kryx's legacy. Whatever you pick up... Yeah, that was supposed to be...
Don't worry about laughing, Delgado. It'll be a goddamn laugh riot when I split open his head with a crowbar.
All right, that's enough. If either of you want to fly with the Crimson Fleet, then you need to follow one simple rule. When you're on a job, you do exactly what I say. If that doesn't work for you, just say so, and I will leave you on this ice bar without a ship. You will be dead within hours.
Yeah. Yeah, keep talking, wise ass.
Throttle it down, both of you, right now. Oh, and there's one more thing. Your little friend can tag along until we get to the outer doors of the prison, but I will be damned if I'm letting them inside.
Fine, go on. Leave me. Just be sure and thaw me out when you return.
We have a lot of ground to cover between the landing area and the lock, so let's get moving.
Dangerously low temperatures here. Keep an eye on your vitals.
Here we are. The place where Jasper...
Yeah, he needs to get this thing open like...
Then crank up your suit heat, Mathis, because it's probably not going to get much better once... All right, let's keep moving. This ID card cost a small fortune. Let's hope it pays off. We are in. Let's go. First time I've been inside this part of the lock, so keep your eyes open. See anything unusual? Call it out. If it's hostile, take it down. A couple of hundred. They registered the prisoners before transferring them to us. Could you imagine being stuck under a ton of ice like this for the rest of your life?
Yeah, sure. Must have been awful. Better them than us, though, am I right?
Wait, half a second. Did you hear that?
Oh.
Yeah, and their buddies probably heard us firing from about a kilometer away. Hallelujah. If we weren't on this job with Delgado, I'd drop you for saying that.
Enough already! I should have known better than to bring both of you at the same time. Now let's see. Looks like we are inside some sort of prisoner transfer area, but everything is locked down tight. Since you are such good friends, why don't you...
This is just great. What's there to think about? Let's face it, we're on our own now. Why? Because that's what his loyal little... The hell with that. I have a better plan. We use this opportunity to take out Delgado, and at the same time, make some serious credits for ourselves. Whoa, hang on. Give me a second to explain. Let's pretend for a second Delgado's correct, and there's information here about Kryx's legacy. Oh, fine. You know, for a second there, I was almost starting to respect you. Now, let's find a way out of it.
Obviously been cut off first. And second, no, there's no time. And tell Mathis not to get it.
Attention. Lockdown mode has been rescinded.
Looks like there's a guard tower overlooking the cell block. We should check it out. So, have you changed your mind yet? Yeah, right. You saw it back there. And if they haven't, we can still... Of all the people to get trapped here, fine, have it your way. So, now that we've made it to the guard tower, what's our next move? Been in a few slams yourself, I see. Okay. Cell D03118. Okay.
It's usually bullshit, but he'll have plenty details into the utility closet and the ventilation room. That's where we'll dig. But through. Right to the armory.
Looks like they cleared this place out. Well, well, what do we have here? Give me a second. This ought to come in handy. So cold, I swear I'll never add ice to me drink ever again. All right, let's keep moving.
found something because I am getting sick and... I knew it. Everyone said I was out of my mind, but something told me we'd find the answers down here. Looks like I picked the right person for the job.
Hey, what the hell? This is bullshit, Delgado. I helped plenty.
Is that Mathis? Tell him to shut up. I will deal with him later.
Whatever.
Okay. Now all we have to do is find the way off of this planet. Let me see. Here we go. I'm looking at schematics for the lock. But I can open the outer doors to the shuttle bay and let you fly one of the shuttles down there directly up to the key. Yeah, sure. Now, if wishing time is over, maybe you'd be kind enough to stop. Okay, let me see. One of these probably opens the door.
Shuttle bay activated. Initiating the entry process. Please stand by.
Yup, it's got it. Might take a while, though. You have done a hell of a job, Rook.
Why the hell did you... Hey, come on. I was just looking out for both of us. I could have cut you out of the deal, but I didn't, right? Look, about all that killing Delgado stuff, why don't we just forget about everything that I said? You know, like it never happened. Yeah, of course, don't worry, I'm good for it. Now, let's get the heck out of here.
You stay away from that stuff, Cora. Trust me, it's the worst.
And you didn't scratch the paint.
It is almost impressive that the Crimson Fleet has managed to maintain this place.
There you are.
It's about time.
Not now, neighbor. Well, you said you found something. Hand it over. That's it? Just one slate? After losing so much of our crew, it better be a map with... Well, I'll be damned. Legacy wasn't referring to Kryx's fortune. It's the name of an actual ship. A Galbank transport probably loaded with credits.
Never heard any stories about a gal bank.
No, neighbor. Think. If Galbank covered it up, and over time, the location was eventually forgotten, it wouldn't be on anyone's radar. Okay, this changes things. Now that we know what we are looking for, we have to narrow the search. And the recording that you found, let us start with what we know. Neighbor, weren't you working on a deal with Rokov? Something...
Are you serious?
Ay, Dios mío, will you? That Starliner has a Galbank VIP suite aboard, which means... Come on, neighbor.
Which means a Gal Bank exec will be aboard. We grab their credentials and get ourselves into the Gal Bank archives in New Atlantis. Holy shit, that might have...
Pack your bags, Rook. You're going on vacation. And since you've earned it, take this gun with you. Might come in handy when Rokov screws everything up as usual. Good. Neighbor and I need you to board that. You'd better. Oh, before you leave, I wanted you to know that I took what you said about Mathis into consideration, and I've decided to cut him from the fleet.
Honestly, I'm surprised he made it off Suvorov in one piece.
We'll see. That's it then. And remember, Rokov does not need to know anything about Kryx's legacy. For now, it's just between us.
Hey, Rook. Before you head out, I need to have a word with you. Meet me at the last note.
Wrap your business up with Mathis, then we'll talk.
Hey, I want to talk to you. Thanks to you, Delgado's cutting me from the fleet. Well, you know what? You better get your own fleet, because I'm coming after you. I stayed to give you a message that you better start looking over your shoulder. You'll never know when I'll be right behind you, ready to pull the trigger.
If you mean to ambush us, telling us ahead of time makes it much more difficult. Did you not think this through?
Now get the hell out of me way! Hey, thanks to you.
But you have...
Now get the hell out of me way!
Pirates and alcohol. What could go wrong in a place like
Maybe. We haven't decided.
There you are. All right, look. I've been lining up a score with that asshole roll call on the Siren of the Stars for months. I'm not about to let a payday slip through my fingers. So guess what? You're gonna finish the job for me.
Seems to me, instead of trawling deep...
Of course you'll get a... Rokov's been tipping me off at the event. So it's simple. While you're on the Siren, swiping those gal bank credentials, I want you to grab that award and bring it to me.
First off, the creds you...
Yeah. Look, you can make all the jokes and excuses you want. But if you don't come back with the ES award, I'm gonna deduct it from your pay. Either way, I get my money. How much you walk away with is in your own hands. Got it?
I suppose it is up to you to decide whether it is worth it.
Yeah? And who do you think, Delga? All right, Rook, we're done here. Good luck.
I do not care what assurances you have been given that we are safe here. I do not trust the Crimson Fleet.
Piracy missions are... If you need credits, you know where to find me.
You're back. So how did it go?
Spookier than a pirate.
Then things are moving forward.
Nice job, Rook.
I was certain we'd fool Delgado, but never. She's a sharp one. Overcoming her scrutiny is no small matter. Did you discover anything worth reporting? Legacy. Wait a moment. Are you telling me Delgado may have actually located Kryx's legacy?
I have never heard of such a thing.
I'm surprised. I thought this was one of those tales that made it to every corner.
I suppose it's possible, sir. Intelligence picked up a bit of chatter on that subject recently. We assumed it was some sort of tall tale or a story to attract recruits to their cause. Well, we can solve that little mystery. Let me see what we have here. Nope. There are no records of a Gal Bank trip. What do you think, sir?
I think there's no record because Gal Bank is hiding something. Delgado's no fool. If he risked his own neck to get that information, what's your next move? Clever, Delgado. We can't let Delgado get his hands on what...
Maybe I should head out to New Atlantis, sir?
No. Let's allow this to run its course. There's more to this than just fun. It's imperative that you do. If the Crimson Fleet gets its hands on a transport full of currency, it would be disastrous for the settled systems. I need you to do whatever you can to bring us more information. You're both dismissed.
Commander appreciates the sacrifice. Nice work. Let me take a look. It's amazing that all this romantic nonsense. It just goes to show you how a time... That it? Understood. Let me know if you need anything else.
Security here is so visible. I suppose it makes people... more comfortable. Most people, anyway.
Sure, have it.
New scanning protocols. On our watch, no heat leach. Enter.
Sure.
Understood.
Understood.
All right. Let's get at it then.
Hey.
that airlock and get aboard.